Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. We're back again this weekend with some more Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. And I hope that you're ready, because this is our next to last episode in this series. Yes, there are only 2 more dungeons left. Tonight, we're going to be visiting the Planetary Control Center of Enroth, hidden here below Melian the Oracle, and there we are going to find the ancient weapons that we need from before the Silence, from the Time of Wonders. And those will allow us to destroy the main reactor of the Kregan ship over in the Hive. So, let's get started, shall we?
Where could we be? Got a bad feeling.
Yep, so no surprise. Very similar to that part of Varn that we have already seen hidden deep inside the tomb, which turned out to be a ship. This is what we're dealing with in the Planetary Control Center. Hello, and welcome to this self-guided tour of the Varn Planetary Control Facility. We gladly welcome all visitors. As you arrive at each key area, be sure to check any of our display screens for more information. Enjoy your tour. Well, that's cheerful. But of course we can already see a red dot, so I'm not fooled. Okay, well we've got a ramp going down, but I'm already seeing red dots over here. We've got some hostile enemies in these rooms on this same floor. So let's start with them. Oh goodness, there's more than one. Oh no. On the other hand, treasure chest. Oh, there we go. Hello, little guy. Let's go ahead and just get straight to it. Of course, the Oracle warned us that because Archibald had damaged its memory modules, it is no longer fully in control of the Planetary Control Center. Which means we're going to have to take charge, because it cannot stop the defenses for us. So, today we are going to be assuming indirect control, as it were. Assuming indirect control. It's not nearly as menacing. Yeah, I guess that's a feature of these patrol units. They don't drop anything. They do give you quite a bit of experience, which is good even here at the end of the game. But
Alright, we got him!
But yep, just like slimes or ghosts, like they're not really going to drop anything. Oh. Okay, well, here's a good place to fight these little guys. Now, one good thing about fighting the patrol units and enforcer units, they don't really move around a lot, as you can see. They tend to kind of pick a spot and then stay there and shoot at you. And so that makes them somewhat easy to manipulate. Like a lot of creatures with a ranged attack, if you can get them hung up on geometry, then it's possible to fight them around corners like this and not really get hurt very much, or if at all. And that's what we want, because these flying robots here, they do a lot of damage. It is like non-elemental energy damage, not quite magical damage. I'm not sure exactly how it's calculated in the game code, but it's not quite a spell. A lot of our protections aren't going to protect us, you see. And then also, they tend to... Trying to find the angle here. They tend to break our stuff a lot. There we go. And because in this particular dungeon, at least, they are also... oh, see, there we go. What did they break of Tommy's? Oh, his belt. Let's fix that. He needs all the luck he can get. But because they travel in groups, it makes them that much more difficult to fight in this fashion, too. Are you at range distance? Yeah, their size is a little bit deceptive, I feel like. See, when you get right in there, when they get right in your face, they look a little bit bigger, but the shape and the nature of the 3D rendering on the model, I think, makes them kind of deceptively sized to where it's hard to tell how far away they are from you. The patrol units are not that bad, even though they've got like 400 hit points. I'm much more worried about these enforcer units, which start out at 700. Now, of course, some of you who are already Might and Magic fans, you may know a little bit more about what Varn means, and, like, why it's here, where these robots and so forth come from, and what all of this sci-fi is doing here in our fantasy game. I feel like that Reese's commercial, you know, you got sci-fi in my fantasy. Well, you got fantasy in my sci-fi. Okay, we'll come back to that. First things first.
Got it.
Aha! Here we go.
Ah.
A blaster! The first of the ancient weapons. A weapon of awesome power, clearly created during the time of wonders. 3d5 plus 8 damage. Now this, interestingly, is a ranged weapon.
No.
You have to have the skill to use it, of course, but it's a ranged weapon that goes actually in your hand as opposed to on your back. So, now that we have one of these, we can learn how to use them. We'll get into that shortly. But at least our journey is already yielding some of what we need. Nothing in this one, okay. Well, we'll keep an eye out. There will surely be more. Surely. But so yeah, if you're already a Might and Magic fan and you know what some of this is doing in the game, don't spoil it in the chat just because, I mean, we know at this point that there are spaceships and aliens and things like that in Might and Magic, and that's part of it. But it goes into it a lot more in some of the earlier games to establish those things, and I don't want that to be spoiled in case, you know, like in the future I were to play Might and Magic 3 or Might and Magic 4, 5, and 2, and 1, and so forth. We'll just shoot this one. He's way over there. And I'm paranoid of going too close to that corner and waking up a whole room full of bad guys. There we go. Oh, see? Like that. Immediately something's broken.
Fixed.
Well, let's see. Well, we know fireballs work on these guys, don't we? Haha. Fairly well, too, in fact. Of course, body magic doesn't work on them. Dark does, but I'm not going to spend 100 spell points on one shot at these guys. Not right now. Not when we have 2 fire magic masters. They're grouped up more than closely enough for Fireball, which only costs 8 points, so, you know, as long as that remains effective, there we go, is 1, then there's no reason not to do that instead. I'm going to go ahead and do 1 more Fireball. There we go. And now since he's by himself, I'll go ahead... Oh! Cocked up. See, there we go. I was about to say, I'll just charge him. It'll be fine, you know. Ooh. Can't have that.
Fixed.
There we go. We can chase him in a minute. Man, y'all are rolling really low on those incinerate spells. There we go. Whoop. I'll see myself back out. Let's see. Can we hit you in melee from here? Nope. Okay. Well. Oh, well, it's back to fireballs then. If they're going to spread out like that. I don't mind. Yeah, this aesthetic caught me quite by surprise the first time that I played this game. I was not expecting to find all this peanut butter in my chocolate, so to speak. Oops. Some of you may be quite surprised as well. I know that I've definitely had other friends who have seen me play these games or even played them with me and had the question of, like, why? How did we get here? I thought this was a fantasy game with dragons and magic and so forth. And, of course, my response is, well, yeah, that's what I love about it. That,
It's fixed.
the dragons and the magic are real. They're not some trick of the sci-fi element that looks like something else, you know. And they can all be real at the same time. They can exist together. So there are dragons, there is magic, and there are still robots and spaceships and laser guns, which really kind of makes me want to play wizardry. The room to your left is the main meeting hall. Visiting dignitaries from around the world have feasted at banquets held in their honor. In fact, it is said that at his 21st birthday party, King Sheridan nearly choked to death on a piece of mulgread, but was saved by a serving girl who he later married and made his queen. Ah, l'amour. Okay. Well, so, folks, now we have some choices. Because we have... There we go. First, this ramp that goes down way back at the beginning, which may or may not dead end. We have this long hallway that goes into a tunnel here behind that big door. We have two ramps at either end of this building. We have this large hallway here. And we have a much narrower corridor there. And then here and here, we could actually use the jump spell to get up there quite easily and go through one of those as well up onto that upper level. So we need to figure out which path we're going to take. Eventually we will explore the entire command center, of course, or control center. But where are we going to go first? Do you guys want to go back here to, like, this first area? Let's see. Sorcerer only run. Oh, man. That would be really rough at first, but then it would get super easy later, I think. Because, I mean, you look how powerful Debbies become. If we had 4 Debbies, my goodness gracious. Have each of them specialize in one of the 4 elemental magics, you know? And then trade off like light, dark, or something. The only thing you really wouldn't have would be healing, and that would suck. Like, there's almost no healing magic. Okay, let's go back to the beginning, because I think that this room here might dead end. Man, those patrol units, they live up to their name. They can detect us from quite a long ways away, can't they? And they break of Zoltans.
There's
Oh
nothing I
boy.
can do.
It's fixed.
Okay. Oh boy. Good shot. That makes up for earlier. That does not. Bad Tommy. It's a bad Tommy. That was a much better shot. Whoop. Oh! Can't have that.
It's fixed.
Her crown of +5 levels. No. Turn on the Gatling gun. The arrow hose. Oh man. I think before we step any further out into that room, there we go. And Lucy top us off a little bit. Can we sneak and see? Okay, it's just one by himself. Come here, little guy. I can just barely see this little round bottom. Come on. Whew, there we go. Now, of course, speaking of sorcerer-only runs, we'll have to think about what's coming next. Blaster weapons provide an effective, accurate ranged attack. To operate the blaster, hold the grip comfortably in your hand, point the barrel at your target, and gently squeeze the trigger. Should the weapon misfire, do not look into the barrel. Give the weapon to an instructor and let them fix the problem. Never point a blaster at something you do not want to vaporize. Haha! Guess what? Ta-da! There we go! We just got the blaster skill. That's what this room is for. This is the firing range. So, now... Ta-da! I love how he just doesn't know how to hold it, apparently. Now, right now, because he's not very good at blasters, you can see there's like a massive difference between his mace attack and his blaster attack. You'll also notice here that attack and shoot, when you have a blaster equipped, become the same thing. So, when you are using a blaster, that's going to be your only attack. He won't go back and forth between his bow or whatever, because of course it is a ranged weapon. So, oh, you mean like a solo run of just a single sorcerer and that's it? That would be rough. Man, solo runs in general are rough in this game, but it definitely would be a lot easier with somebody who got some kind of healing magic, like a paladin or a cleric or something. I would hesitate to try with a something like a single sorcerer. Ooh, this is a long, I guess some kind of, whoa, service access corridor. That actually kind of startled me. He looks like he's by himself. Okay, we're just going to run up on him here. Fight him face to face. Come on, little guy. Sorry. See, we saw this on the map earlier. That's going to explode into sparks. We'll run past it real quick. There we go. These are like the, what are they called in Star Trek? Jeffries tubes, I think. Oh, good. I feel good about that. That's looped back around to that room, so good. Excellent. Let's see. We could continue on that way, but since we're standing directly next to a door, let's open it. 1 and 2. Oh, okay. What do you think, folks? Right or left? That one looks like maybe it's going to dead end, and I think I see a chest down there. Over here, that's going to tie back into the larger dungeon, I do believe. So I really hesitate to go right when we always go left, but I'm trending this way. I think if there are no objections, then I'm gonna head for what I'm presuming is a treasure chest. Uh-oh. Well, there we go. There is the third tier robot, the Terminator unit, which has 1,000 hit points. So now this is the point at which we want to pull out. Ooh. Fireball, I guess, then. Okay. Let's see if we can... There we go. Fight them one at a time. I forgot these robots were immune to dark magic. Unfun. Come on. Come on. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to go for it. I hate that, but it is what it is. Try and get these little ones out of the way here. Oh, is his hitbox... Oh, wow. His hitbox is funny shaped. He's like still in front of the small ones somehow. Okay, that time we hit the small one. And hit it again. Okay. Wow, those hitboxes are really strange. Now, the Terminator units, gosh,
It's fixed.
this is another one of those dungeons I don't spend a huge amount of time in. So I think, if I remember correctly, that they have some kind of instant death attack. Oh, yep, there we go. That was it. Ha ha ha! Okay, kids, well, that is the first time that that's happened, so now, I mentioned this many episodes ago, but it's the first time it's actually happened. Yeah, this place is not friendly and those Terminator units are why. So now we get to see for the first time why there is a difference between Raise Dead and Resurrection. That is our first actual like combat death of the game, I think, folks, here at the very end. Wow, we managed to get almost the entire game. I mean, we have had characters who have died, but it was while we were screwing around, like jumping off of things or running through a field of dragons searching for treasure carelessly, not actually really, like, going toe-to-toe in a fight. So this is the first time that something has just straight up killed us, I think. So, Raise Dead, of course, brings you back if you are dead. Resurrection brings you back if you are eradicated, and as it says here, in parentheses, body destroyed. So, yeah. Whoo-wee. There we go. Poor Zoltan. Probably it broke something, too. Nope, I'm surprised. Go ahead and cure his weakness, and then we'll let Lucy take care of that. We have to be careful, as you can see, because first of all, Resurrection has got a long cooldown if we have to cast it in combat. Second of all, being eradicated or killed not only depletes all of your hit points, as you might expect, but you can also see that you lose all of your spell points as well. So Zoltan is going to be kind of out of the fight for a bit. Unfortunate. Once Lucy sort of wakes back up, we'll have her give a shared life. I think I might actually go ahead and have Tommy do another power cure. In the meantime, just to make sure that he doesn't die in one shot. There she goes. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. That was undesirable. How's our haste spell doing? I'll go ahead and recast that. I want to really stay on top of that. There we go. We've got to kill this thing pretty quickly. Now, that is just a function of like their regular attack, and it just has a chance to do that, to just eradicate you. So we want to tear through these guys as quick as we can to try and make sure that we minimize the number of times that we're shot. And these are the ones where it's the most important. While the others are going to break our stuff, these are going to break our party. They're going to break our characters. So we want to make absolutely certain that whenever it's possible, we are going to try and fight these guys from like around a corner or something and not directly engage them. Because that is nasty. Come on. There we go. This little guy doesn't have many hit points left, so we'll just finish him off. Okay. Phew, that was rough. Oh, there's another one. Ah, okay. Oh, that one's the one we wounded earlier. They fly so high, sometimes you just have no choice but to reposition. Okay, there's our treasure chest, though. Phew! Ah, our hard-fought prize. Nothing. Phew. Chief Engineer Wilson's personal log. I have locked myself in storage room number 6, but currently have no means of escape. The drone bots have gone mad and have started killing everyone in sight. I was able to access the main control terminal on level 4 despite warnings of a hazardous leak, and I sent a distress signal, but since we have not had contact with any of the colonies for several weeks, I do not believe that a rescue is possible. I've also managed to seal this facility so that the drones cannot escape. It is my hope that the colonists will be able to mount some sort of defense by the time my encryption codes are broken. Tell Emma I love her. Wilson out. So sad.
Got it.
Ah, but on the other hand,
Ah.
a blaster for you,
Ah.
and a blaster for you, and
Ah.
a blaster rifle. The finest of personal weapons made during the Time of Wonders, this blaster rifle can deal death faster than any weapon you have ever seen. So there we go, y'all. The ultimate weapon. And we'll see who gets what, because, of course, the biggest difference, that's 5d5 plus 12. This is 3d5 plus 8. It's definitely more powerful. It's also a two-handed weapon. So, we haven't really gotten a chance to... I didn't look earlier at the blaster skill properly. So, let's take a look now. A weapon from before the Silence. Their making has long since been lost. Expert and Master blasters gain double and triple accuracy with these awesome weapons. So yeah, as you level it up, your skill is added to your attack bonus, and that's doubled and tripled at Expert and Master level, respectively, and that's all that it does. It doesn't add to the damage because they're already such high damage. There we go. So this is supposed to trigger, like, when you walk across it. I think it's supposed to cause the door to open and shut, but... Alright. I'm gonna see if there's anybody in there. Oh, nobody on that side at least. Well... Oh, okay, they must just be immune to Rock Blast then. I guess that makes sense, actually. They're not immune to Fireball, and that's what matters. Oof. They break. Okay. Oop.
It's fixed.
Gotta have that. Hopefully that's hitting these guys over here some too. Probably not now because I think they're too far away, but that's alright. When they're grouped up like this, Fireball is still our most effective weapon. Let's see. Shoot-wee. We're gonna have to forego that in favor of a power cure that time, I think. Well, let's see. Haha. Oh man, see, they look so much closer than they actually are. I feel like they should be in melee range. We're definitely going to have to excuse ourselves to heal, I do believe. Wow, guys. Whoa, did you see how many misses in a row that was? It was a lot. I like how, of course, you can see the energy from our weapon damage, but also when you hit them, there's still that little splatter of blood that shows when you hit an enemy, just because that's standard. Alright, Lucy?
Got it.
Okay.
Ah.
An additional blaster. Some people might dual wield or something. Goodness. I don't think that there's anything really in this room. It's just like kind of a... like, you know, engine malfunction. It's meant to show that something like a containment thing is damaged or something like that. Oop, okay, there's a big old Terminator unit. But we've got him stuck behind the door. Excellent. That is right where we want him to be. Gotta keep an eye on that haste spell. Whew. I know this kind of fighting, you know, where you just kind of catch them on geometry is not necessarily super entertaining or interesting to watch, but with these Terminator units, it's very necessary. We've already lost Zoltan once, we don't want to lose anybody else. Not to mention, it's worked since the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
It's a step too far, can I? There we go. Oh, I hit Tommy anyway, of course, because he's the one sticking out there on the end.
Nothing I can do.
Fixed.
That's alright. That's what Lucy's here for. I think Tommy might be the only one that can get hit, though. Well, make a liar out of me, then. Nothing else? Alright. Whew, there's a lot going on here. Alright. Tommy is our working beacon guy, so let's do that. We'll step away and come right back. We'll go ahead and recast haste just to make sure that I don't forget, because I so often do.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
Alright, looks like this is going to circle back around here, I think. Yes, okay, comes back around to one of these in the main chamber. That looks like someplace we probably need to get to. Yeah, it is a bit of a maze. This goes to the other side, yes. Okay, and this just goes between them. I was thinking there's something in the middle, but... Huh. This part looks poorly maintained. It is a bit of a labyrinth. Here we go. There is a hidden door here. There we go. See, so you can see that it goes down this way. What you can't see is that it comes back over here into this area. So that's that narrow corridor from before. Alright. Okay, so everything's sort of coming together. Let's see. Alright, so we've pretty much completed the western side. So, we have up this ramp. And then, let's see, we have this area over here. Yeah, this over here, this is the main part of the dungeon. And then this is going to kind of semi-mirror that. So, and I think it connects back up with this ramp. So we'll go ahead and continue this way before we go on. Don't like that. Is that melee range? Nope. That might be. Yes, there we go. Well, it was. Huh. I hate how deceptive these things are. Okay, as long as that Terminator unit doesn't surprise us, then we're alright. There we go, is one. I'm just glad they don't do damage when they explode or something. Wouldn't that be an awful idea for them to adopt for certain monsters in later titles? Oh, he moved. Can I hit him from there? No. Oh man, I do not want to get into melee with one of those. Let me see if I can trick him into exposing himself a little bit. Oh, he went right back in that. Whoa! Back in that corner. Okay, well. Shoot. They're probably not as dangerous as I'm making them out to be. Like, I'm trying desperately not to engage one in melee, when maybe, like, the chance of eradication is low enough that I should just go up and hit them. I'm not sure. Okay, let's do it this way. Debbie and Tommy have clear shots. They can just incinerate it. I'm happy with that solution. Except when they, you know, do 12 damage. Yeah, they really are, like... I'm not sure what the actual percentile chance is of them eradicating you with a shot, but I also don't want to, like, test and find out. Alright, this is a little better. A little easier. Well, they're not called Terminator units for nothing. I can only imagine. They're the main reason why this is yet another one of those dungeons where I just... I tend to just kind of run through, you know, and get what I need and go. As soon as I have 4 blasters, I'm usually out. Because that's the main reason that you're here. So, once you've accomplished that purpose, there's really no reason to stay other than the experience and additional treasure. And the lore, of course, because there is a lot of storytelling in this dungeon, so... Like Engineer Wilson's log back there. Wow, guys, you have got to hit more often than that. And you have precision and meditation and all that other stuff, like, both on all those buffs. There we go. It says door, but there's nothing here. Maybe it opens from the other side. Oh. There we go. Yeah, I think that that's true, especially in this case, and that's why, like, Varn, this dungeon, Kriegspire, Darkmoor, all of those are in-game dungeons, and those are the ones that I have already, you know, confessed that even though I've played this game many, many times, I just don't have a great internal map of them because I tend to run screaming through them with all my buffs on, and then just use telekinesis to grab what I need, and then, you know, town portal out! And it's because by the time you get to this point in the game,
It's fixed.
you have done so many dungeons, and you have all of this, like most of the story building. You are just after whatever that quest objective is, that current MacGuffin, and then if you have already in the past experienced the world building part of it, like, why stay? if you're the level that you need to be, and you have the treasure that they sent you in for, then just go. Just go for it. And so I tend to run through here because of the Terminator units and just, you know, kind of grab blasters and go. When I've got 4 blasters, I leave. We'll see shortly, of course, like next weekend, why the blasters are necessary. They've already told us, but we'll get to see it in action as well. There we go. Oh, this is a big crate. There better be something in it.
Got it.
Okay. Another blaster rifle. So that's 4 blasters and 2 blaster rifles. Yeah, there's a lot of... This is the beep boop beep episode for sure. Hello, friends. Friends who are not really friends. Ah!
Didn't mean for that to happen.
My bad. Of course, Terminator units or no Terminator units, Debbie is still the most dangerous thing in here, so... Yeah! That's wild to me. It's kind of like how when you hit them and they have that little splash of blood, even though they're robots. And then when Lucy or Debbie hit them, they still drain hit points from them. I choose to interpret that as, like, the magic that powers Mordred or that powers Lucy's axe. It's not actually just draining, like, quote-unquote life force, it's draining energy. And that's something you can theoretically steal from, you know, from almost anything. Even rocks have energy. These robots just probably have a lot more of it. So, you know, it's not like... they're not stealing the robots' souls or draining their blood in the true vampiric sense. But, you know, they're powered by, I don't know, like, some sort of magic fusion. Oh yeah, this door's stuck partway open. I like little stuff like that shows up in this dungeon. See? Like you can't get into that room from that side because the door is stuck. I appreciate that. It's a small detail, but I like it. Oh boy, a Terminator unit. Okay, well... in case he moves, I'm actually going to ignore the patrol unit behind us, and I'm going to focus on him while he's in melee. Because you never know, this Terminator unit, see, yeah, it could reposition like that. And since that's the one we're scared of... Whew. Because I am, make no mistake, I am terrified of these things. Those are probably the most dangerous enemies in the game. Because everything that we fought up to now, you know, they've had a variety of different attacks. They've dealt different energy damage types. You know, sometimes, like those genies, they'll cause sleep, or they'll cause confusion or fear, or, you know, they'll give you a disease. Some of them, like the Minotaur Kings, even can cast a spell that kills you. But it's a separate attack. There we go. It's not something that they do every single time they attack. And, yeah, they've got, like, really high damage reduction, these things do. Or however it translates into Might and Magic. But the Terminator units, they just have one attack, and it just has a pretty decent chance of eradicating you, and so that's pretty dangerous. A single non-elemental, non-magical energy attack that disintegrates. A significant portion of the time. That's a lot more dangerous than a Minotaur King. That's more dangerous than the Warlocks making us insane. Those Terminator units are the most dangerous thing that we've faced because there's no protection against what they do. And they have 1,000 hit points with which to do it, so... Okay, and there's just a table here and nothing else, really. So, we'll head back around this way. That door was partway open. Okay, there we go, back in the main room. So we have explored all of the corridors except that big main one. And I think... Oh, well, we don't want to go down there just yet. We'll go over here first. Okay, there we go. Haste wore off. Why? Why am I like this? Yeah, honestly. And I guess it's like... By this point, they're kind of jaded or something. They're just like, whatever. But it would be really appropriate. You pop into the dungeon and immediately it's like, what is this place? I've got a bad feeling.
Can we assist
Like,
you?
thanks. And then that's
Be with
pretty much
you.
all that they say about it. It's like, man, I would comment a lot more on this because this is BS. All right, well, friends. Okay, we've done all of this portion over here. Now this goes into, like, kind of the same large central area. I'm going to head back up this way and go along here. And then we need to make a decision. Are we going to go high or low? So we can go through this door, or we can go back up to the floor above, and we can go over into the same area. Yeah, the big room is the reason why I usually run screaming through this dungeon and just kind of, you know, don't spend a lot of time lingering. It's not a fun room. Oh boy. That was quick. There is a Terminator unit back there, which is what I wanted to see.
It's fixed. It's fixed.
Go. Let's let them separate. There we go, and we'll kind of try to get a few shots in on these guys without them hitting us as much as possible. Ooh, I don't know if I'm bold enough to try with Tommy. He might be able to get a shot in there. Nope, that's what I was afraid of. Oops. Sorry, guys. He'll have to make do with Inferno. There we go. That helps a little bit. Oh, 2 Terminator units. That's not good. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. You know, just... Oh, yeah. Robots, that's a new thing. Just 1,000-yard stare. Whatever, I guess. Ooh, don't like that. Okay, there we go. If we can... he's still got a clean shot on us, though. Oh, he's chasing us. Leave us alone. Come on. There we go. That's what we wanted. Let's pound it, Chewie. Let's see what the situation is on the flank. Okay, we're good. This will take a minute, but... Oh, I need to recast haste. It's really kind of necessary in this dungeon. Because these things are so fast, they shoot so often. That's another way that they're quite dangerous and powerful. Whew! Man. But, I mean, hey, this is the end of the game, right? This is next to the last dungeon. This is the penultimate challenge, so, of course, we should be up against something that is actually going to challenge us, even at level 80-something. Oh. I forgot about that bug. Hmm. So yeah, because of killing the robots, like, our reputation is despicable. That can happen. We don't have to worry about that, though, because Debbie has expert diplomacy. You would think, and I mean, it does work some. Like, they're not immune to lightning bolt. It just doesn't work better than fire. You know, there's nothing that works better than anything else. Yeah, it's a bug that can happen sometimes. I don't think that it happens all the time. So we could have come here and done this instead of, you know, murdering New Sorpagal, but then we wouldn't have gotten to cast Armageddon. And I mean, hey, you've got to cast Armageddon at least once per game, right? You have to. Okay. I'm not seeing another Terminator unit, so... Oop. Breaking our stuff, breaking our stuff.
Fix.
His belt is difficult to fix now that he's got that smaller shield, or the larger shield, rather. Alright. Fireball. Fireball. Great balls of fire. Well, they're reasonably good balls of fire. I don't know if they're great. Lucy's got her work cut out for her today. They break on Tommy. That ring again.
It's fixed.
Yeah, I really am glad that they don't have some kind of stacking mechanic where, like, things get easier to break the more often they're broken. That would be the worst. And no, you're fine. I thought that there were two as well. I thought I saw another one in there. I think it was like the shadow of one where they were close together. Because I've noticed that the Terminator units specifically, where the way that they're colored, and sometimes the model renders in such a way that it looks kind of like there's another one, almost like this right here. The way that two are stacked on top of each other, so it looks like there's like one behind.
All right, we got him.
There we go. Now we can just cheese this guy. Come on, Lucy, you have a magic axe and a magic sword. There we go. These are all, like, energy tanks or something, you know. If only we were Mega Man.
Got it.
Ha! Yeah, check this out. Memory Crystal Delta, Alpha, Beta, Epsilon, and a Control Cube.
Got it.
Aha!
Alright. Give that one to Debbie. Nothing.
Got it.
More blasters.
Aha! Aha!
So yeah, that right there is probably the meanest thing in the game. Where you have to go to 5 separate, gigantic, incredibly difficult dungeons, and it's a huge hassle, this whole quest chain, and then they just dump all of this in here. And of course there's no way to get here unless there's some sort of, like, exploit or glitch or bug that you can do to get into the control center, which for speedrunners maybe there is. And you can grab these out of this chest and then go back and complete all 5 of those quests at one time to trigger those quest flags. But for a normal game, this is the meanest thing that New World Computing did. So, there you go. We apologize for any inconvenience, but we ask that all personnel evacuate the facility at this time. Please do not be alarmed. Thank you. Oh, you know what? I'm alarmed. Before entering the planetary reaction chamber, please request a pair of safety goggles from one of our drones. During peak hours of operation, this facility can generate enough power to produce a light bright enough to be seen from space. Please avoid looking directly into the light. Oh, man. And now here we are, we're back to the big room. Okay, kids. This is the real challenge. So, all roads lead to Rome, as it were. Of course, this comes out here. On the other side, see, all of this. And then both that lower ramp and the upper one both come out into here, just different parts of it. Being on the upper part of it, we can go across these bridges here, which is better. So, let's get started, I guess. We've got a lot of robots to kill. Yeah, see, actually that Ring of Fire technique is fairly effective on the small ones. That gives Zoltan and Lucy something to do. So she hits for 70 damage a pop. That's a big difference. Well, sometimes, and then sometimes she hits for 18. All right. You know, maybe what we should do is we should consider trying out these blasters. What do y'all think? Because after all, look how many points we have. And we know that we've got to put ranks in Blaster anyway, because we're going to have those in order to, to fight the final dungeon, to fight the final boss, in fact. So we should probably dump a few ranks into this, try to bring it up to 10 for everybody anyway, and then we can always hop out, we can grab Expert and Master. That's kind of what, like, part of the point of these, why they give them to you and why you get the skill here in the control center, is so that you can build it up and you can kind of test these weapons out on these robots, because the blasters do work fairly well. So, what do you say, gang? You want to just dump a few ranks into Blaster, and then we'll switch and try those out, and see if that's more effective than, what we're doing? We'll kill the robots with some lasers of our own. We certainly have enough points to get to rank 10 with everybody, for sure, and have plenty left over. We can even set a Lloyd's beacon as well. Alright, let's kill this one. Okay. We're going to have Tommy set us a beacon here. It's the same room. Yeah, they recover really quickly. Alright, let's do that. They got really good really fast. They had all of this potential talent that they'd saved up, We have some other points we need to spend as well, but at least we know what we're doing, so I won't spend a lot of time on that. I'm just going to go ahead and do what we were going to do with those. There we go. And let's see. Okay, there we go. So now what that also means is while we're out basically shopping, we'll run around real quick and we'll grab Water Magic Master for Tommy. It's about time. and we'll grab Mind Magic Master for Lucy. That will only take a moment. So, alright, folks. BRB. I'm going to get it right this time.
Greetings.
Yes.
Yes.
And now, of all places, back to good old New Sorpagal. Oh, since her jewel is green, we'll go ahead and
Can we assist you?
we'll cast Haste.
Be with you.
Let's see. This is the water magic expert. That's Falagar. I believe that it's this house down here where there is a crazy person. Or someone who's intended to look nuts. Here we go. Yeah, Igor the teacher. Ancient weapons expertise. No weapon today can match the power of the weapons from the time of wonders. I'm not sure any of those ancient weapons exist anymore, but I can show you some tricks if you find one. Really, I'm not crazy.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
And he'll tell you about Rexella as well. Very few people even know that these weapons exist. The only other person I've ever seen using an ancient weapon is Rexella, but she was last living in Paradise Valley. I'm not sure she's even there anymore. That's alright, because we know. Lucky for us, we have a town portal here and everything. It's almost like we knew we were going to have to come back. Haha. Oh, I think it's this one.
How are you
There
today?
we go. Another unique character portrait. As far as I'm aware, no one else has Rexella's face in the game. Long ago, I found an old weapon that fired sunlight and could kill almost anything I used it against. I killed so many dragons it got to be routine. I could shoot them out of the sky like big, slow ducks. One day it just stopped working, and my career as a dragon slayer ended. If you ever bring me one, I'll show you how to use it right for 5,000 gold.
Okay.
Well, we have that, don't we?
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Ta-da! Oops. There we go. Blaster Master. Okay, round 2, guys. Ta-da! There's our new weapon. So, yep, that's what that looks like. I just love Rexella's like, oh yeah, I killed so many dragons, man. I got sick of killing dragons. God, killing dragons is so boring, folks. Where did that one little guy go? He's over there, I guess. So they deal a lot less damage, but you can see how quickly they shoot. And so that is a huge plus.
Fixed.
It makes a gigantic difference. Especially when you consider that it's so much easier to fight these things at range. Whoop. Well, oh boy. We can't have that. Still don't want to go toe-to-toe with these things. can't even see it. Ah, I hate these things. So per shot, like shot for shot, something like an incinerate spell is still going to be better. But you get so many more shots with a blaster. Ooh, what'd they break? Oh, wow, when did that get broken?
It's fixed. Fixed.
Let's do that. There we go. They just haven't been rolling well on the incinerate damage, though, so... Goodness.
It's fixed.
Lucy's like, I was just dead. I have to fix all your broken stuff. There we go. If you look up there, you can kind of see the skybox through those openings. It's like stars moving around, so it's a night sky, sort of. Make sure no one's flanking us, and then we'll just blast this guy. So yeah, I wish that there was, like, something other than just accuracy, because honestly, shot for shot, like I said, the blasters are not that great on damage, but they fire so quickly that it's a game changer. Okay, they went around the corner again. Let's take the opportunity to heal a little bit here. Shoot. Of course. So even though Incinerate doesn't have a massive cooldown, each of them got to fire 3 times apiece in the space that Tommy needed to cool down from Incinerate. So this is the true power of the blaster here. It's just so fast. Especially when you stack that with things like haste. Pew pew indeed. Charging my lasers. Shoo! There we go. All right. Ho ho! All right. Well, we gotta do it. You know we have to do it to them. So let's just do it. How about a little fire, Scarecrow? Oh, that is absolutely another Terminator unit. Gross.
Fixed.
Oh, that is several Terminator units. Oh, boy. There went Debbie. That's okay, because Tommy can now do this, just like her. Whew! Didn't break anything, though, miraculously. cure her weakness.
Can we assist you?
Haha.
Luck be with you.
Goodness gracious. Now everyone's had a turn but Tommy, ironically. I do believe. Okay, see, here we go. That's a Terminator unit. Let's fight it last if we can. Oh, hi. Okay, well, whatever then, I guess. That's like tiny blast, big blast, tiny, 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 tiny. Pew pew, boom, boom. There we go. Now we can just blast her this one.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Here we are in the future. Here we are in the future, and it's full of robots. Aha. Now your turn. Could have sworn there was another Terminator unit. Was that the same one? Maybe. There's not another one on this side, so... Now you can see here there are some openings in the floor, like there's one, that fall down to that lower area where we were just at. Oop. They keep breaking her crown of +5 levels.
Fixed.
Dislike. Don't care for it. We're shooting almost straight up at this point. This is the reactor core, I think, maybe? If I'm not mistaken, this is like another room where the crystal skulls are important because those green things can cause radiation damage. Green panels in the floor. Something like that. I may be mistaken there. Okay. See, now you can see that skybox. Now we're underground as far as I'm aware. That was how it was described to us earlier, so... Oh, here we go. Come on. Dislike. Oh, spells won't shoot through there. Caught on the edge of something. Gross. I hate combat where enemies can hit me and I can't hit them. Gosh. What kind of cheating, unfair combat is that? We have arrived at an impasse. Okay, this one's almost gone. Come on. Just a little bit more. One more shot, guys. There we go. I would very much like for you to leave us alone, please. Blasters do, even though they don't do much damage per shot, like you see they're doing an average of, 20-something, but they shoot so fast. It really does quite quickly chip away at this. Especially when there's only one of them, so we can just focus our shots like this.
Okay.
Also, we finally have something that has that little, like, pink and blue exploding Saturn animation. Okay. Whew. All right. There should be, I think, a little bit of treasure in some of these rooms. Oh my gosh, did haste wear off? Ah, that is infuriating. Because I feel like not that much time has passed. Haste just doesn't last very long. I would complain a lot less if it lasted longer. But like, you know, she's got 12 ranks and all of these bonuses, and it still say it lasts 2 hours and 10 minutes. It's like, come on. We're level 80, come on. Let's see. Oh, shield. We can't have that broken.
Fixed.
Goodness. It's his shield of power. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, wow. Broke one of the blasters. Can you fix this, Lucy?
It's fixed.
Hey, no problem for Lucy. She will absolutely just beat on it with a rock. Okay, and you know what? Here's how we're going to fight this guy. Is it slower? Maybe. Is it less dangerous? Absolutely. Damage output, maybe, because of the speed difference, kind of evens out, because, like, Lucy will hit for 76 damage, and then, you know, Tommy will hit for 18. So it probably levels out in there somewhere, but... I also just prefer to get more use out of our regular weapons, because the blasters are cool, but they're definitely a gimmick rather than an upgrade. And we've spent so much time leveling up all of these other weapon skills that, you know, you can't just throw them away. Ooh, another Terminator unit, okay. Especially considering that here towards the end of the game, we taught Lucy how to use the axe. She stopped dual-wielding the swords and started dual-wielding axe and sword, so... Man, we've been through every weapon in the game now except for spears. No one's been using a spear. Something to take into consideration for the next game. Whatever that may be. This is the main equipment storage and repair facility. By now, you may have noticed several floating drone bots. They are responsible both for maintaining the key systems of this facility as well as sanitation. If a unit becomes damaged, it is brought here to be repaired. Are spears any good? Yeah, actually. There we go. 4th blaster rifle for Tommy. Excellent. Or for Debbie, rather. Yeah, they're not bad. Spears are probably the most versatile weapons because they are the only one in the game, the only type that can be used one-handed or two-handed. You can use a spear two-handed for increased damage, and they do deal pretty solid damage. or you can dual wield a spear and a shield.
Fixed.
Or a spear and another weapon, I guess, technically. Like, you could use a spear and an axe, or spear and a sword or dagger.
It's fixed.
Plus, honestly, I think that some of the spear weapons, and take this, you know, with, like, I'm a little biased because I do like staves and polearms, like the way that they look and the image that they create. But I think that the spears in this game have some of the coolest weapon designs out of all the different weapons. Like the sacred spear is just really neat looking. I forget the name of the base weapon, but it's it's called like a Titanic trident or something like that, but it's the trident that has the purple haft, and it looks really quite neat. So like our spear's good enough that we're missing something by having not like used one on a character. I wouldn't say that. But it's the same as any other weapon. Like, you know, they're good enough that they're worth using for sure. Something I've never noticed or tested in this game, I don't think, is that different kinds of melee weapons don't actually have different reach. Hey! Welcome. So, like, that's something that would have helped to differentiate them, is if, say, a staff or a spear could hit a little further away than a dagger or a sword, and it still be a melee hit, you know. So if there was kind of a middling range before you had to switch over to your bow. But to my knowledge, that's not the case. Melee range kind of is a hard limit. Oh my goodness. Alright. Yeah. There we go.
Got it.
Another blaster.
Ah.
We don't want to leave these lying around for somebody like Archibald to take after we dismantle all of the defenses of the control center by killing all of these drones. So we'll just take all these with us as we go. Ah, another panel. Warning, intruder alert, level 4, section something. All drones proceed to level 4 to intercept intruders. Reactor is offline. Encryption integrity at 2.064%. Warning, intruder alert, level 4. Message repeats. Now I wonder if that's us, or if that was Engineer Wilson, because he said that he managed to access the computer in the reactor chamber on level 4, but I don't think that he went down there personally. Y'all, where are they? Where are they? There we go. Okay, fine. Alright, well, I guess it's back to this then. If you're gonna be like that. Oops. Right away. Oh, 2 things broken. That's not good. Must have missed one earlier. I'll do a quick check.
Fixed.
That's his healing ring. We gotta have that in good shape. Goodness gracious. She's gonna recast haste again.
Fixed.
Haste, haste, haste. We must hasten to recast haste. Ah, we're almost done here, though.
It's fixed.
Whew. Oh, there we go. Now, you're close enough to actually just stab, I think, which means, in all reality, it's going to be faster, I think, and better to switch back. Yep, there we go. Okay. We'll tear through this guy and then go back downstairs. There's just one more room, folks. We're almost done. Almost done. I kind of feel bad because these robots are programmed to defend the control center, and that's what they think they're doing. And, I mean, you know, the Oracle told us that there's just nothing to be done about it. It doesn't have full control. Oh, that's a storage container. It's weird looking. So it just kind of is what it is. But I hate to think that we're leaving the control center, you know, defenseless against whoever might come in behind us. Of course, the Oracle does kind of get to pick and choose who has access, so there is that. Alright, it's just that last room. So here we go. We'll head back over this way. Our jewels are green now, except for in this area. This is probably the place to put our blaster rifles back on one last time. Oops. Snurgle's axe. Lucy's is bigger. That's all that matters. So many keepsakes. All of this amber and everything. Whew. Yes. What a room, though. One room left, but my gosh. It's this room. Let's try Rock Blast again. Okay, that did work. Okay, this is working. I'm pretty happy with this. They can't hit us because of that blast shield, and they seem to be a little too stupid to go underneath it. As long as this keeps working, hey. We need to flex our earth magic anyway. And just, she's one rank away. When we level up again, we can, we'll fix that. She can become an earth magic master finally. But in the meantime, this is working fairly effectively. I'm not complaining. Especially considering how easy it is to aim these rock blasts. It's a little more expensive than Fireball, but it also hits quite a bit harder. Missed that time. Tommy's got a slightly different angle than she does. It's alright. If we only miss one, that's fine, because normally you know how hard it is to aim Rock Blast, so once again, not upset. Woo! 100-point Rock Blast. Nice! Oh. They're finally starting to shoot back. Don't like that. Kill them quickly. Come out wherever you are. There we go. Oh, got one of them. Okay. Come on. Let's try for one more shot. If we can get one more Rock Blast on them, that might take one or both of those other ones out. There we go. This is a good position. Come on now, you gotta let Debbie go. There we go! Alright! Okay, I'm a lot less afraid of this room now, folks. There might still be a Terminator unit down here. I'm not sure. I know I saw at least 3, but we killed all of those. Or destroyed, I guess I should say, rather than killed. Okay, there's one more. I'm gonna be daring. Okay, I was a little bit off. She might be able to hit them. Nope. I was hoping I could hit them with a rock blast, even though it's in the air.
Fixed.
It's so hard to aim a rock blast up.
Okay.
Oh, that is more than one. That is a greater quantity than a single Terminator unit. Don't like that. Like that, though. They got wise to that pretty quickly. And we saw what you did to those other guys. Wow. Okay. Criminy. That's not good. I wasn't expecting that. Everyone is tapped but Zoltan, and Tommy's the only one who can town portal. I think we may have no choice but to retreat and come back. Dang it. I did not want to do that. I still don't want to do that. I really don't. Because they're so low on HP. Well, one of them is anyway. Alright. Okay, I'm going to bite the bullet.
I think it's closed.
Yeah, they've not slept, like, in a day. It's probably best to bring them down here and actually have them get some real, honest-to-goodness rest rather than just cure weakness.
Coming right up. Enjoy your stay.
Man, you know what, though? At least these robots can't dispel our protections and stuff, am I right? It could definitely be worse. They could be like those eyes. Because Lucy getting eradicated a second time, that's what that felt like. It felt like when we would do this, we would wait and rest and put on all of our buffing spells and all of that, and then we would beacon back into Castle Darkmoor, and one of those eyes would just dispel magic like through the wall. And that's
Can we
it.
assist you?
Screwed.
I'll be with you.
Okay. Oh yeah, torchlight. Alright, folks. Oh, looks like there's 4 of them. 5 of them. Oh gosh. Okay. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Are those all Terminator units? There we go. Maybe we can get a better angle from over here. Because they really do not want to come out and play. You know what? If they're going to be that obstinate... Here we go.
Got it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Yep. Yep. This is the big treasure of the dungeon at the very end in the last room. Oh, boy. But, you know what? Actually, that's a good thing. The fact that they have all of these extra memory crystals, that's a thing of hope. Because remember that Melian, the Oracle, said that it could not help to recover and rebuild the technology of this world because of what Archibald had done to corrupt its memories, right? To damage the memory crystals. Well, these are fresh memory crystals, right? So,
Got it.
there we go. Proclamation. Ta-da. But, yeah, those fresh memory crystals, that means that those can be plugged into the Oracle, and it can start rebuilding Enroth and bring it back to a new time of wonders, right? Ahem. Congratulations! I hereby proclaim you all super goobers. And I think that actually... Expose the traitor, gain access to the control center. I think that's on here somewhere. Yep, right here, super goober. We are super goobers. Because we found the last hidden door in the penultimate dungeon. And in order to do so, like, you know, presumably killed everything else that was in here because, oh my god, the Terminator units were not going to let us do this. So, there's like 5 Terminator units left over there in that corner. I don't really feel like fighting them. I'm going to guess you guys don't either. There's not really a reason to, and, I mean, we can already train up 3 more levels, so, or 2 levels, I guess. So I think I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna go. Whew-wee. Okay, well, that was the Planetary Control Center, y'all.
Can we assist you? Luck be with you.
And let's see. I want to do one more thing real quick. We're going to go back to Freehaven. And now that we have the Super Goober title, and we have the Ancient Weapons, I want to go over here and we're going to go back and speak to the Oracle one more time. Because I'm not sure, but I think that it says something now that we have completed that quest and we've got the ancient weapons and stuff. But I'm not sure. It may have already told us everything that that it needs to tell us.
I've been expecting you.
Okay. Alright, that's it then. So, folks, that's it. We've got one more dungeon left to go. Next weekend is going to be the end of the game. Alright? We are going to infiltrate the Hive, the mothership of the Kregan that crashed down onto Enroth. We are going to take the blasters, our ancient weapons here. We are going to destroy the reactor. We are going to use Archibald's Ritual of the Void to protect the planet so that the reactor core's explosion does not destroy everything. And we are going to save the world and get a little bit of revenge because we went there once, and of course I didn't show you around the map because we went there just for one of those pedestals for Twillin's quest, his side quest with the statuettes. But y'all know where these characters are from, the destroyed village of Sweetwater. That's where the Night of Falling Stars happened, that's where the demons showed up first, and that's where all of this is finally going to end. So next weekend, regular time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, the final dungeon of Might and Magic 6, the Mandate of Heaven, and it will be a special finale episode because I'm just going to go until we get through it. If that dungeon and the conclusion of the game take longer than my usual kind of 2-hour slot, I'm just going to play until we're finished. So until the credits roll, we're going to be going. I hope to see you all there. In the meantime, please subscribe if you enjoyed this stream. Go over to my YouTube channel, which is linked below, and you can catch up on all the previous episodes that have brought our adventures to this point. as well as give a like up, turn on notifications when I upload this video tomorrow, leave your comments for me underneath, and of course my Twitter, my pillow fort are linked in both of those places as well, here on Twitch and over there on YouTube. Everything's linked to each other. So I'm going to put up a poll on my Facebook page and on Twitter. I think that we've got it narrowed down to 3 games, like what we're going to play next. So let me know your thoughts. Tweet at me. Leave your comments on YouTube. DM me here on Twitch. Or answer my poll on Twitter or Facebook. And let me know if we should start playing Might and Magic 7 once this game has concluded. If you would like to see a blind playthrough of Betrayal in Antara. Or if you'd like to play Icewind Dale. Those are our 3 choices. So hit me up with your responses. Come back next weekend for the conclusion to Might and Magic 6, The Mandate of Heaven. I'll see you then, and thanks for playing.